Hi guys, welcome back to the Drivelife channel. In today's video we're going to be doing a full sort of driveway / garage update on all the cars that you've seen on the channel previously. So this is going to be a lockdown edition, so I'll be talking about what's changed, what's come, what's going, that sort of thing. And yeah, let's get into it. So as you can see, we'll start off with the Volvo, because obviously this is a Volvo channel. As you can see, she's sitting there just fine. This has pretty much been used the most out of all the cars actually during lockdown. It's my car, so I've been using it to get places quite regularly. I think I've probably put 2,000 or 3,000 on it during lockdown, so it's definitely been well used. In terms of mileage now, this car has just crept over 88,000. There we go. I've used the different keys, so now the chair's adjusted itself. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, we're nearly at 88,500 miles, and this car's been fantastic. We've had no issues so far. You guys would have seen I've replaced the entire front bumper on it and everything like that, because it was damaged beforehand. We've also done a service during lockdown and just tidied a few bits up really, so that car is doing really well at the moment. And I've also treated it to some Red X, which has improved fuel economy and stuff like that. So yeah, we're still sat around the 37 mpg average mark on this. So I'm going to take it on a few long trips soon, now that lockdown's sort of easing, and hopefully we can start playing with it and trying to get it up as much as we can. But yeah, moving on to the next one, obviously it's going to be this one. This is our 1982, no, sorry, my 1988 Volkswagen Transporter camper van. It's had an engine swap. It's a 1.9 TDI from Seat. There's a 1.9 engine, and then we've turbocharged it ourselves. So yeah, it's not really for performance gains or mad power, it was just to make it more drivable. So as you can see, it's been sat here during lockdown for a while. It's on stall at the moment. It's still got current MOT and everything like that. We've got a few bits we need to sort of deal with, such as the paint here and the rust at the back, but in terms of running and everything like that, it's all good. And we obviously had the prop top open just to air that out as well. So it was really hot yesterday, and now it's sort of gone a bit rainy. As you can see, we've been doing some landscaping, but yeah, it's all gone a bit dark and horrible. So yeah, this is sort of our summer holiday vehicle. This thing really only comes out in the summer. It used to be used for sort of taking garden clippings and everything like that out, but we've been using the X3 for that recently. So currently it has a cement mixer in it. So yeah, just another vehicle that we've got, sort of a rolling project. Then onto the X3, and this, to be honest, is probably the second most used vehicle, purely for doing tip runs. It's absolutely filthy in here. I'll show you in the boot. As you can see, it's just been used as a van really, because we've all been staying at home to work. It's been fairly well used, so probably spent more time idling in the queues for the local tip than it has actually driving. But as you can see, this car is now on just under 13,000 miles, so we've had it about a year. And it's been absolutely faultless again. It hasn't even been back to the garage or anything like that. It's just been perfect. I think this has got the 20,000 mile intervals, which I've talked about in previous videos. I'm not a fan of them, but because it's a warranty / financy car, so from a car allowance, we don't even have to worry about it, because after 3 years it will be gone. So yeah, it's doing really well, nice and comfortable, and as you can see, yeah, it's been well used, and I can vouch for the practicality of it. It's a pretty practical, cool car. Next we have the GTE, and I'll see if I can find the right key in my pocket to talk about that one. This car hasn't fared so well during lockdown. It was pretty much stood the entire time. For 3 months it didn't move, and then when it did move, it was for a gearbox service. the DSG gearbox needed servicing, so we took it in, and it then had to have all brakes and the discs and pads changed because they corroded. So again, fortunately it's a lease vehicle, so we didn't have to fit the bill for that. But yeah, apart from that, there's nothing really much to report. It's got a bit grumpy being sat there for so long with the electric battery. It's sort of lost its charge over time, so every time you start it, it starts in engine mode. But apart from that, it's been absolutely fine. Actually, it has been used a couple of times for taking the dog on walks and stuff. For some reason, it keeps locking itself and then unlocking itself. There we go. And as you can see, this is probably the most normally used at 73,800 miles. It's obviously only a 3-year-old car, so it's a hell of a lot of mileage for the age. But yeah, it's doing really well. This is actually due to be replaced soon. I did a video on that recently as well, where we did a poll. Now, the YouTube poll chose the BMW 330e saloon, so we'll try and get hold of one of those. But the issue is with COVID and everything like that, it's just no dealership is being very helpful at all. Mercedes, for example, haven't got any new vehicles. You can't order any new ones. It's only stock vehicles, that sort of vehicles that they already have. BMW are very much the same. Volkswagen, I don't know what they're doing. They've sort of stopped the Golf GTE and the Passat GTE, and again, you can only buy them in stock. So yeah, it's a bit of a faff really, but hopefully we should have a replacement for this car soon. So keep an eye on the channel for that. There's 2 cars that aren't here currently. The 59 plate, or the 09 plate even, Polo, which is my brother's, that had a cam belt failure and just grenaded the whole engine. So that's currently away having a new engine. We've heard from the mechanic in the last few days, and that is actually finished. It's just a few little gremlins that he's fixing up. It's one of those things that the more you look into it, the worse it gets. So it's had new springs, new shock absorbers, all sorts of things it's had on it, ball joints, everything like that. So that is currently away at the car hospital, as we call it. And then my girlfriend's Mazda 2, again, she's currently out working, so that's why that's not here. But that's actually, we're replacing that soon as well, possibly with a Volvo. That's my plan, but she wants Mercedes A-Class, so stay tuned for that as well, because I should be having some more stuff come onto the driveway. And then we've got this year we had a new Harley Davidson. Well, it's not a new one, it's an American import from the 90s, Ultra Glide Classic, and we'll be doing a video on that shortly, now that the weather's getting better. Absolute beast of a bike. It's absolutely massive. It weighs about half a ton. It's got everything on it that you could ever want. So that's an interesting one. We've also got a classic bike in there as well, and yeah, it's all go. And we've also got an MG at another place. So yeah, as you can see, also we've been digging out driveway space. This whole lot's just coming out, to be honest, so we can just create space for more cars, because there's more of us here than there's ever been. So yeah, that's just a quick update, guys. Let me know how you guys are getting on, if you've had any updates as well on your garages, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.